Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of the Rambam, Hilchos Talmud Torah. This is Perek Zayin, and this is the last halacha that we're going to have today in Perek Zayin, which is going to be the conclusion of Hilchos Talmud Torah, and is going to bring us into the halachas of Avodah Zarah, of idol worship and the like, which is a fascinating introduction that the Rambam himself brings down, which describes the entire history of Avodah Zarah, Amunah in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and the like, and we'll see that as Hashem starting tomorrow. So the Rambam writes, Mishanidu b'fan of somebody who was put into a ban of ostracism in front of them, meaning you imposed it in the person's presence who's going into nidui. You can only be matem, you can only lift the ban if that person is around. If you put him in the nidu when he was not there, you just announced that he was ostracized. You can either release him when he's there or when he's not there. There's no amount of time between the issuing of the ban and its release, except that the ban can be lifted immediately if the person placed under the ban begins to improve. If the Bezdin says, leave this guy in a ban because he's not behaving manichin kafi rishai, well, according to his wickedness, you leave him under the ban of nidui. So too, if the Bezdin wanted to excommunicate this person from the outset, and so too we said, anybody who stands within their 4 cubits, they eat with them, they drink with them, they're also going to get excommunicated. So they're allowed to do such a thing because it wants to cause hardships to the person that is banned and put a fence around the Torah so that it won't be violated by sinners. The more strict and severe we are with this person and the people that come in contact with him, it'll help people to hold themselves back from doing things that deserves to put them into nidui or techerim. Even though that a Talmud Chacham is able to put someone into under a ban in order to protect his own honor, it's not praiseworthy for a Talmud Chacham to accustom himself to doing these things. Rather, he should close his ears from the words of the ignorant, and he should not even pay attention. Like Shlomo Melech says in Koheles, to the things, the words that are spoken, don't pay any heed, do not pay attention. This was the way of the earlier people in the generations of the people of great piety. They would hear their shame, but they would not answer. Even more than that, they would forgive a person who insulted them and they would just leave it alone. And the great sages would take pride in their deeds, and they would say, we never put anybody into a ban of ostracizing or excommunication for our honor. This is the way of Talmid Chachamim, and it's fitting to go and follow that pathway. If somebody comes and they do something that you believe they should be excommunicated, but just leave it alone. Leave it alone. You're bigger than that. That's what we're saying. However, when this is referring to that's when somebody embarrassed the Talmud Chacham in private. About Talmud Chacham shebizo cherfu adam b'farhesia. But if a Talmud Chacham was embarrassed and shamed publicly, In that case, he's not allowed to forgo his kavod, his honor. And if he does, then she's going to get punished. Why? This is a disgrace of the Torah itself. Because since that you're a Talmid Chacham, and you represent the Torah, if somebody comes along and they're mavaze you publicly, so that means that they shamed and embarrassed the Torah publicly as well. On that you have to put your foot down, and if you stand up for the honor of the Torah. You have to take revenge and bear a grudge, like a snake, until this person will come and ask you mechila, forgiveness, and then you should forgive him for such a thing. That's the end of Hilchos Talmud Torah. Tomorrow, Mitzvah Hashem, we're going to begin the laws of Avodah Zarah. All the best.